Welcome to this video where we will be diving into Agentic Postgres using Tiger CLI and Tiger MCP. In this video, we're going to be creating a health metrics dashboard that lets us view key metrics like oxygen levels and heart rate for an individual. We're going to be creating the database, then we're going to be forking that database, and then we'll finally be creating a simple web app that lets us visualize some of that data with some nice charts and graphs. So let's dive in. So right here, I have Ubuntu on my Windows currently open. So I'm using Ubuntu through WSL. And I've already gone ahead and installed Tiger CLI and Tiger MCP. We can actually make sure that I've done that. So Tiger auth status, we see that we're already logged in. And then if I actually do Tiger MCP install, what we're going to see is that I've already configured it and I get this output. It already exists. So we're good to go. So let me open up Claude. And while that's opening up, I've already gone ahead and written out our first prompt that we'll be putting in. So let me go ahead and paste that in, and then let's talk about it. So we're going to be creating a Postgres database named Health Metrics Prod using the Tiger CLI functions. We're then going to add a table with some columns, ID, timestamp, heart rate, and oxygen level, and then we'll be inserting some sample data. So let's go ahead and enter that. So we can see that Claude is breaking it up into tasks. So first we're going to create the database, then we're going to create the table, and then we're going to insert 10 rows. Awesome. Another thing I like to do is it says Control plus O to see the thinking, so we can actually dive into what it's actually doing a bit deeper. So let me break it down. I need to use a Tiger CLI to create a service, then I need to create the table structure. Looking at the available MCP tools, it has this Tiger service create to create a new database service, and then it has execute query to execute some SQL queries. Awesome. So here we have perfect. I successfully completed all the tasks. Table has been created. Sample data inserted. The database is ready to use. So now we're going to enter in the second prompt. Fork the existing database into a new database called Health Metrics v2, add new tables and columns. So we're going to be adding sleep hours, activity level, resting heart rate, and then we'll be adding proper time series support, and then include sample insert statements for the new fields with 5 realistic entries. Okay, so let's talk about what we have here. So this part is really cool because the mechanism here is zero copy snapshot. So what that means is just a image of the storage level is taken, so pointers, metadata, references, and a new instance is created on top of that. And only whenever sort of any of the data is changed, then basically new blocks get created. So pretty exciting. Let's run it. So the benefit of this is that it's very scalable. So you're only creating new blocks whenever there's modifications. Cool, and what we have here is we've broken up this prompt into to-dos. So fork the database, add new columns, add some time series data, and then insert 5 realistic sample entries with new fields. Successfully forked the database and enhanced it with additional health metrics. Here's what was completed. We have the new database, service ID, and it's forked. So now let's jump into the next prompt. Generate a minimal web application that connects to the PostgreSQL database. Fetch all the health metrics. For this one, we'll be using vanilla JS for a simple front end and then a back end Flask. So beautiful prompt, and let's run it. Awesome, and we can see that it broke it down into some tasks, the back end, front end, CSS, and then testing the web application. Awesome, and we can see that most of the to-dos have been completed, so we'll get to see the completed code base. Great, and as we can see, we've created a minimal web application. Here's what was built. So this is the project structure, app.py requirements. So pretty simple. Cool. Backend, front end. Let's take this Python app.py and throw it in this PowerShell. Sorry, Python app.py. Okay, awesome. So it's running, and let's check it out. What do we have here? Cool. So we have our health metrics dashboard. So the average heart rate, the oxygen levels, average sleep, average resting heart rate, and then 15 total records. So we can see, this is with the new database, we can see where the last 5 entries with the additional data are recorded. And then these 5 entries had the activity level and sleep hours. So this is super cool because you can essentially clone your databases, the ones that are in production, and essentially work with them without affecting the ones that are already in production. So you'd have these cloned databases that you could, create test environments. You could run different queries, add new data, go crazy with it. And if you're working with the agent, there's times where it will hallucinate, and you usually won't you won't be very happy if that's happening on your production one where might affect real users. So this is a really cool way with the zero copy snapshot and forking through the Tiger CLI or even Tiger Cloud service. Can basically do as much testing as you need. So thank you for following along, and I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did making it. See you.